Hi, I'm Dr. Fusco with Veridian Behavioral Health. Did you know that tens of thousands of people in America die by suicide every year? Suicide is preventable. It's important, though, to reach out for professional help if you or somebody you know is experiencing suicidal ideation.
Well, Dr. Fusco, thank you so much for being on the show. We're going to be talking about suicide. So we'd like to start out with talking about who is at risk.
Well, anybody can become suicidal, obviously, but there are certain risk factors. Some would include previous mental health diagnosis, a family history of suicide, if there's been any recent major life event, job loss, divorce, something of that nature. And then, of course, if there's been recent suicides and there's exposure to that, that can also increase risk. Warning signs could include things like mood change, giving away possessions. I think the most frequent one we would see is somebody actually disclosing to someone that they feel suicidal. And even if they don't explicitly state it, they may say something to the effect of, I just feel really hopeless, or I feel like the world would be better off without me. And I think, another thing you could look for is risky behavior. Like, is somebody driving really recklessly? Are they using substances? Things like that.
And I think it's important to talk about that. Just talking to somebody about suicide is not going to put the idea in their head, right?
No, absolutely not. And that's something that people kind of worry about,
Right.
Like, oh, should I say something? And research has actually shown that if somebody is suicidal, they actually feel an experience of relief when somebody inquires about it. And so people are encouraged to ask those important questions.
What should I do if I'm in a crisis or if someone I know is considering or showing warning signs of suicide?
Yeah, I think that's an important question. And because it varies what somebody should be doing, I think it's important to be evaluated. Now, certainly if it's an acute situation, you may want to call the 988 number to be evaluated, speak with a professional. If it feels like an ongoing suicidal ideation situation where there's severe depression but maybe not an immediate plan or intent for suicide, then it may be a time to call Veridian Behavioral Health, schedule an intake appointment with somebody who can further assess you for safety. But certainly if it's an acute situation, we may want to call 988 or even go to the emergency room.
So what do you feel is the most important things for people to know?
I think the biggest takeaway is that suicide is preventable and it often requires intervention. And so, that looks like if you or somebody you love becoming suicidal or experiencing suicidal ideation, reaching out for that professional help as soon as possible.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
If you or someone you know are struggling and need support, call or text 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org.